Hey everyone, it's Leanne. Welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. Today I am filling my palette with my new artist grade watercolor paints. If you checked out my last video, I did a Qor haul of my new watercolors and shared those, and I swatched out all the colors in that video. And if you do want to see that, I'll put a link below and in a card so you can take a look at that. Otherwise, I have all my swatches, and now today I'm ready to decide what paints I'm going to put in my new artist grade watercolor palette. So this is the palette that I picked up on Amazon, and it's just a very inexpensive one, but I really love this format. It's lightweight and it's nice and thin, so it's easy to slip into a bag with some books or whatever. It tucks away really neatly. So I have 20 wells and a few more than 20 on this page. So I've pared them down and decided which ones I'm going to fill my palette with. So what I did is I photocopied this page, and then I cut out all the little pieces of the different watercolors, and I laid them out and kind of picked between them, mixed them around, and decided which ones that I want to put in my palette. So are you curious at which ones I'm leaving out? It was a hard decision, it really was. At the end of the day, I only had to omit 2, so that's not too bad. So here's a look at the 12 set that I got, and if you recall, I wasn't very crazy about the yellow ochre, so I am leaving that one out. It's not a favorite, just a personal preference. And then in the high chroma set, here, there's a few choices I made that are different than I thought I would originally go with. I was going to put all of these in. At the end of the day, I am going to leave out the quinacridone gold, which is a gorgeous color, and I may just drop a bit of this in the corner of my palette, even though I'm not technically including it. But quinacridone gold is very similar to quinacridone gold deep, and I feel that I can probably omit this and achieve this color with a blend of a little bit of this and maybe some of the nickel azo yellow. I could get something very close. So I am leaving that one out. And the cobalt teal is exactly the same as the Winsor & Newton cobalt teal, or cobalt turquoise light actually is what this one's called. And so they have the same pigment color, and I just preferred how this one washed when I did the swatch. So just looking at the Winsor & Newton here, this is how this one gradiated when it was washed in the swatch. And over here I have my Qor, and I wasn't as crazy about how this dispersed after I did a swatch. So I've decided to go with the Winsor & Newton for the teal, but everything else otherwise will be Qor, with the exception of adding my indigo from Winsor & Newton as well, which is really beautiful. So let's get this palette filled. I'm very excited. Okay, so now that I have all of my colors set up, I'm going to fill my palettes. I just have my water brush. I'm going to just capture any extra paint that comes out of the edges and clean that up if I have to. So I am ready to go. I'm really excited. paints swatched out now, and I'm really excited. This is looking great. One thing I noticed when I was swatching is my Winsor & Newton that I've had probably as long as I've had my chroma set, my high chroma. These ones, the binder separated inside the tubes, and so when I went to squeeze them out, I got a lot of separation between the binder and just the pigment or the paint separating. So I would get that oil come out as well. And that didn't happen with any of my Qor paints that I've had equally as long or about as long. So I was really surprised by that. I know Qor has a very unique binder that's not available in other watercolors. They've developed a special binder for washes, for flow and that sort of thing. So it's a very interesting observation. So I do have all of my paints in there now and they're ready to set. I'm going to do a swatch card so I can have a reference piece when I'm painting, and so I'm going to work on that now. So I have my palette filled and it's starting to set. Some of the paints are drying, and I've made a swatch card and written out all the names of all the paints in the order that matches my palette. So for example, I will set it like this, and when I set the card in like this, all of these cards spaces correspond to the palette as if it's 1-to-1 on each side. So I want to fill in the color samples according to what's in the palette. So here's a look at my finished color swatch chart. This looks so beautiful. It's so pretty as a palette. I'm so excited to paint with these new colors and try them out and see how my paintings change or what kind of mixtures I can get from these. In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed this video of filling my new palette and the colors, seeing the colors that I chose. If you did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe so you're notified as I post more videos to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.